Hi, I'm Allison. I'm the director of Every Child in Josephine County. We're here today to talk about children in foster care. Children who don't often register in our minds as kids with a specific identity. They usually become faceless statistics that we hear about only occasionally. As you may have seen in the news over the past couple years, Oregon's foster care system is in a state of crisis. Last year, 425 Josephine County children spent time in foster care. We don't have enough foster homes, and this causes siblings to be separated and frequent moves in foster care. Last year, that looked like an 8-year-old boy living in a DHS office for a week. Recently, our state legislature started looking across the state of Oregon, trying to find something that was working, something that was providing safe, healthy families for kids, and that supported the work of child welfare so it could be done better. They quickly identified the success of a group of 90 churches and 100 businesses in the Portland area who came to be known as Embrace Oregon. Community members started stepping up to support children in foster care and the caseworkers who served them in easy, intentional ways, and the momentum that grew was unprecedented. In a span of 2 years, more than 600 foster families stepped forward, and more than 3,500 volunteers began to engage with the agency. DHS saw the success of Embrace Oregon and asked them to please duplicate those efforts across the state of Oregon. This new statewide initiative is called Every Child, and it's implemented by local community members. Every Child is a collaborative community partnership initiative that aims to provide love, care, and support to vulnerable children and families in partnership with Oregon's Department of Human Services. Every child's voice is positive and hope-filled. We don't have rose-colored glasses on when it comes to the challenges of DHS and the foster care system. But we believe in a counter-narrative that shares the stories of hope and positive things that are happening in our community.
So our call as Christians is to take care of orphans and widows in need. Now, unfortunately, the church somewhat has dropped the ball in this realm, and so the government has had to step in, but Every Child gives us the opportunity as a church to really come back around and to start serving orphans and widows that are in need. So we believe that God has been calling us to come around our community and really lift it up in the name of Christ so that we can serve Him and ultimately love on orphans in need. So we are now at a place where we can stay silent no longer, and so the time is now to start getting involved for orphans and foster care through Every Child.
Hi, I'm Kayla, and I am the program coordinator for Every Child here in Josephine County. We have some great, easy ways we are asking our community to get involved with us at Every Child. Welcome boxes provide children who are entering care with some special items to call their own during a vulnerable time. Donations to our clothing closet provide children who are entering care with some gently used or new clothing to take to their new home. Donations to our snack pantry allow families to cook together while they are in visits at DHS. Periodically, DHS shares requests with us for items that support children and families in need, such as bunk beds, silverware, things of that nature. Foster Parent Night Out is hosted right here at River Valley, and we really need more volunteers so we can include more foster families in this opportunity. I love volunteering for FP&L because I get to spend 4 hours with wonderful children who are in foster care in our community and get to support the foster families who work so hard to care for them. We also need volunteers for our DHS staff appreciation events. These are to show our gratitude for our DHS caseworkers who have committed their lives to helping vulnerable children in our community. We are also looking for families who are willing to open the doors of their home to care for kids in vulnerable situations through babysitting, short-term respite, longer-term foster parenting, or even adoption. If you're interested in fostering, we offer Explore Fostering coffee houses to share what it's like to be a foster parent from the unique perspective of foster parents in our community. Later this year, we will offer Office Buddies, which involves sitting with a child at the DHS office while they await their new home, and also Transportation, which assists DHS in transporting kids to visits with their biological families.
I truly believe that God has called us for such a time as this, a time when a government agency who is dependent on volunteers turns back to the church and asks us to be those volunteers. We want to stand with the people who have been fighting this battle alone for so long, the foster parents, the DHS employees. We want to send a very clear message to children in our community that they have a massive army of people fighting for their futures and fighting for their places in the kingdom. Thank you for the opportunity to share our mission with you today, and we look forward to partnering with you to love, care, and support vulnerable children and families in Josephine County.